Hey guys, hi, Amy Wood here, live on Facebook, getting ready. We're 5 minutes out before the show starts. I'm way behind tonight. I'm going to put you guys down here, and you guys are going to watch me. I have very little battery tonight, but I've got to put my IFB on. This is what I use to listen. You're looking through the desk, the magic of television. Hopefully you guys got to see on television, or you will be about to see, one of the 2 stories I did after speaking with Todd Kolhepp's mother. Trying to get a better understanding from her perspective of that confession, what he told her. Also trying to get an understanding of her son, what she noticed way back when about him, the issues and problems she was having raising him, the challenges that she faced, the attempts she made to get him counseling. It's a lot. There's a lot to consider. All of our stories, if you missed them, are on WSPA.com. She only spoke to us and to CBS, and she is just going through a lot. Now, perspective. No one's gone through more than the families impacted by these crimes. So let me just say that up front. That's the most important thing. The families that were impacted by these crimes, and she would agree with that. I mean, she said so much with me. But she was just trying to help me help you understand more about who this guy is, what happened, etc. So thanks for being here. Yeah, I mean, and I will say I saw the Superbike families, at least one of them, posting on Facebook that they see her as a victim too. But these folks, are going to want justice, and the mom knows that, and the mom understands that. She obviously doesn't like that, but she understands it. I mean, it's the reality of what has happened. It's the consequence of the confession. Yes. So anyway, I appreciate her talking to us. I mean, it was brave of her to do. She's getting massive criticism, as you can imagine, probably some of it fair and some of it unfair. And so, it's tough. It's a tough position to be in. It's certainly a position none of us would ever want to be in, right? So we will have that story exclusively here on 7 News at 10. We are on the CW, channel 62, cable channel 9. Sorry, I just turned on my IFB, and my folks upstairs are probably going, Amy, when were you planning to talk to us? Yeah, okay. Yes, I can. Sorry. I'm prompting tonight. Okay, that's working. Let me get the scripts up. I'm sitting here in the studio. This is the studio. There's my camera. 2 minutes from the start of the show. Unfortunately, guys, my battery was at like 20%, so this is going to die during the show tonight. I'm not going to get to the end. I'm sorry. I'll try to take some people on camera on the first commercial break. If you want to talk about this case, about what you've seen in my exclusive interview with this mom, backstory on how the interview happened. I actually went to see her randomly. I mean, I just popped by on election day. I was in early, getting ready, to go to work early that day so I could vote. And I thought, I'm going to just run by there. And we had a conversation that lasted about 45 minutes or so, and came to an understanding that when she was ready to do an interview, she would do it with us. And that time came Thursday night. And so Thursday night, we went over there, interviewed with her. I got back to the station not long before, well, about 10 o'clock, 10:15, and then had to put it together for the 11. My one regret is that I did not think to call the Superbike families before that. I was under the gun. I wasn't thinking. And so I feel really bad about that. I know some of those family members were really upset, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry. I think they're wonderful people, and I know they've been through hell. And I certainly wouldn't, and never, I'm just not that kind of person that would ever want to add to anyone's pain. So I apologize to them profusely for that. And I really care about those families. I've prayed for those families, and I definitely, wish I'd made that phone call. But having said that, I was in kind of a mode of having to get it on the air, following, my orders here at the station. So anyway, just getting that off my chest. We are now 10 seconds away from the show. Hang on. Oh gosh, shoot. Okay, hang on. There we go. Now on 7 News at 10, protests erupt for a 3rd straight night nationwide and close to home. We have the latest. Plus, wildfires are continuing to rage in our area tonight, what progress the firefighters are making, and the impact seen around here. Also tonight, the mother of an alleged serial killer is speaking out about the son she knows, what she says he told her about the crimes he's confessed to. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been 3 days since Donald Trump became president-elect and 3 nights of protests against the election victory. You're looking at protests in Atlanta right now, where the protesters are in the streets there showing their outrage over Donald Trump's election. Marley Hall has the latest. I want to make sure I've got the volume down. Oh, I've got the volume all the way up. I just thought I could hear myself. I was like, whoopsie, sorry. You were supposed to have a bridal, wait. You were going to be a bridesmaid and never made it because of the fire? Oh my gosh, tell us about those people. Would you tell us who they are? Message me privately. We would probably love to do a story on them tomorrow about how they didn't get to have the wedding they dreamed of at Lake Lure. That is so sad. Would you please message me their contact information, cell phone, not here. Do it privately after this show so that we can get in touch with them. That is a horrible story, but it's a story worth telling. I'm so sorry. That stinks. Thanks, Randy. Oh. Hi, guys. Oh, that stinks, Jessica. Send me their information. Christie will be staying on the committee as the vice chairman. As the president-elect continues that work on the transition, we have learned that a South Carolinian could be part of the administration. Lieutenant Governor Henry McMaster was an early supporter for Donald Trump, and he tells 7 News that he has been approached about a possible position in a Trump administration. It has not reached the point of any specific job or position yet. McMaster says he does not like the idea of moving to D.C. Thanks, you guys. Despite that, he would not say he would definitely say no to an offer if one is given to him. This weekend, CBS 60 Minutes sits down with President-elect Donald Trump as he gives his first extensive post-election interview. You saw a little bit of the clips there of Leslie Stahl asking all the questions. It airs Sunday night on 7 News over at 7 on 7. And we are still keeping a close eye on Western North Carolina tonight. Even those of us not in the path of those fires are seeing the impact. The massive amounts of smoke are filtering into the upstate, leading to these hazy skies. Firefighters are still working. They're trying to get these fires, many of them, under control. And the Pickens County Fire Department and South Carolina Forestry Commission are working together to contain a wildfire on Pinnacle Mountain. We got these photographs from the National Guard showing their work helping to contain that fire as well. Right now, about 75 crew members are working to contain 400 acres that are going up in flames. It's only 10% contained at this point. At this time, there are no evacuations ordered. The flames that scorched hundreds of acres in western North Carolina are still burning tonight. The crews near Lake Lure are battling a wildfire that doubled since yesterday, sparking a mandatory evacuation. 7 News reporter Nikel Smith is at Chimney Rock. She has the latest. Say what? What did you say? No, and then you said, let's just go ahead and make it up. Sorry. Man, that was crazy. Okay, Okay, in terms of the background on the story, I finished up the 11 o'clock stuff, and then I proceeded to start what we call logging the whole interview, and I finished logging at 3 a.m. I finished writing and sending it on to the producers at 6 a.m. I actually went home, got Gracie up for school. Thank God my husband drove her, but I got Gracie up for school in my work clothes. She was like, Mom, why are you dressed? I'm like, I just got home, honey. She's like, what? But anyway, so I did put a lot of effort and time into it, trying to make sure that it was well put together. So, but it was crazy. It was crazy. I've never stayed here that late on a story ever in all my years here. But we did about an hour interview. It was a long, long interview. I'm making it up again. I'm looking at the wrong cameras. He's about to kill me. This situation with the wildfires, are you guys worried about this? Anybody have property in the danger zone? It's awful. I mean, this is just really bad. And Christy, are the winds going to stay up all weekend?
No, they'll be
calming down
by tomorrow night.
They should be calm by tomorrow night. That's good. We just need rain, though. Man, they need rain. Residents are being asked to monitor the North Carolina Forest Service website, where they're posting constant updates about that Party Rock fire. And tonight, an effort is underway to collect donations for the firefighters. They're continuing to battle the wildfires in the Lake Lure area. Water, food, and other items are being collected. I also need toiletries, too. There are 6 drop-off locations in Lake Lure: the Mountains Branch Library, Lake Lure Classical Academy, Sunnyview Elementary School, Blue Ridge Humane Society, IGA Kids, and the Schuler Funeral Home. And this is some video of the combination you get with smoke and fog about 7:30 this morning. A viewer sent this to us from along Highway 123 between Seneca and Clemson. As a safety precaution, doctors at ANMED are advising limited outdoor exposure for young children and older adults who have asthma, COPD, and other respiratory issues.
Well, we've been tracking a cold front that is going to bring us some much cooler air for tomorrow, but the winds behind that front tomorrow are mainly going to be out of the northeast, and so that's going to change the direction that the main smoke has been blowing. Instead of north to south, it's mainly going to blow to the southwest tomorrow, and that means that our better chance of smokier air remains over the western upstate and western North Carolina, which is under yet another air quality alert. Better chance of some cleaner air from places like Gaffney and Union, since those winds will be originating away from the wildfires. As far as the temperature is concerned, we're going to start out in the mid-40s for the upstate, mid-30s in the mountains, but it looks like our afternoon highs could be about 15 degrees cooler than they were today. So it's going to be the coldest air we've had so far this season, and we'll tell you more about it coming up in a few minutes. And that's tonight's top stories and tomorrow morning's forecast in the first 10 minutes. Amy?
All right, Christy, thank you. Coming up on 7 News at 10, the mother of an alleged serial killer is speaking out about the son that she knows. Plus, it's a day set aside to honor the men who laid it all on the line for our freedom. Veterans Day celebrations across the upstate and around the country. All right, here's the deal. So we have the interview. Now, here's the problem. You guys need to turn on your television or go to WSPA.com for this segment to watch it. You can come back into the chat if it's still up. This may die because my phone's dying. You won't hear it. In other words, you know, I'm going to be on camera the whole time. So you'll hear me introduce the story. You'll hear me wrap the story, but you won't hear the story. So the story is on our website, too. If you don't want to do it right now, you can watch that interview on WSPA.com. There are 2 stories on there. One that talks about, we headlined it with what he was saying around the time of the Superbike murders back in 2003 to his mom. And then also the other one that is more going back into his childhood and issues she had raising him, counseling efforts, that kind of thing. So it's there's 2 pieces that are fresh for today. And then there was also one from last night at 11. It's somewhere on the web. I don't know where it is. It's buried somewhere, but you could find it too. Thank you very much, Daniel. I'm deaf available. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Cole. All right, so we're coming back here in just a couple of minutes. Anybody want to come on camera? How about anybody want to jump on and talk about the story? Becky Pittman is here. Hey, Becky. I'll invite someone. If not, I'll get Becky Pittman on here in a second. I'm trying Amber. Amber said no. How about Becky? Becky, you want to come on cam? I'm inviting Becky to see if she's going to come on for a second. We're standing by. Nope, she's declined. Okay, everyone's declining. Like, no one wants to come on. How about Chrissy? Chrissy, you want to come on? It's okay. You don't have to come on. But if you want to, pop on. Because I have, how much time do we have?
Looks like a minute 30.
A minute 30. Wow, Chrissy's good. Chrissy just told me a minute 30. The director's like, I don't know. Did you hear how I made you sound? Ross, I made you sound like, I don't know. He's not laughing. Oh well. He loves me. Okay, so is anyone wanting to come on camera? Apparently not. That's okay. All right, let me see. I see Becky. I see Amber. I invited Chrissy. All right, well, that's okay. We will just go ahead and carry on. Okay, Jenny, next commercial. Oh, it's okay if you're not local. Did you watch the story? That would be fine. All right, so we're coming back. This is my camera. I'm coming back on camera 2. Where's that? Oh, that's camera 1. Camera 2, right there. And you can see the graphics and things that are behind me. This is a massive 9-screen array, 9 different television screens all together. And you got big plasmas here, big plasmas everywhere in the studio. And then here's the camera. Here's the teleprompter. Okay, so we're coming back. In how much time? I'm running the prompter today too. So while I'm reading, I'm also running the prompter to make it roll. We have this little device here. So if you see us playing on the desk, it's not that we're playing video games. We are actually running the prompter. Exciting times. Jessica, I will bring you on the next commercial. Yes. Yes, if you have an iPhone, I can invite you. Eventually they'll have it for all the platforms, but right now it's just iPhone. Here we go. A 13-year-old crime that rocked Spartanburg County, solved with a confession from an alleged serial killer. Now, for the first time, investigators with the Superbike Motorsports case are talking only with 7 News. 4 people were killed inside this motorcycle shop in Chesney back in 2003. A second sketch was released of the suspected killer, and Lieutenant William Gary says you can actually see the resemblance of Todd Kolhepp. He confessed to the crime over the weekend, even giving them details about it that only the killer and investigators would know. Kolhepp's name was on the customer list, but he was never considered a suspect. Todd Kolhepp is now being represented by a Capitol Defense public defender. The mother of that accused serial killer is speaking only to 7 News tonight. Todd Kolhepp's mom tells me her son's jailhouse confession left her in complete shock. Hey, guys. So it's on now. She's 70 years old. Hey, Russ, let it breathe a little bit on the end, okay? Reggie Tagg says her son wants to plead guilty, and she's hoping that he does that to avoid a trial. During the jailhouse meeting, he failed to tell her about the other two bodies on the property of the Coxies. So on her next visit, she wanted to know, are there any more bodies? She says Todd Kolhepp told her no. We have a lot more from my interview with Tagg on WSBA.com. Tomorrow night, CBS 48 Hours will take a close look at the Todd Kolhepp case in a segment they're calling Buried Truth. Correspondent David Begnaud and Peter Van Zandt are interviewing investigators, family members, neighbors, friends of the victims, and they speak with the experts and others about the mind of a serial killer. This airs at 10 o'clock Saturday night over on our sister station, 7 News. And new tonight, some unsealed court documents in the federal death penalty trial of Dylan Roof show that the judge thinks it's possible Roof may not be mentally competent to stand trial. According to a defense motion unsealed today, the U.S. Judge Richard Gergel has found reasonable cause to believe that Roof may be suffering from a mental disease or defect. Another competency exam was scheduled for Roof this week after the jury selection had to be halted. That jury selection is now set to begin on November 21st. We have some crazy video into the newsroom tonight from one of our viewers. It shows you some elk that are just kind of roaming through a neighborhood in Liberty. Take a closer look here. The elk can be seen just strolling around the neighborhood. The viewer who sent this says the elk were docile as they took this walk through the neighborhood.
All right, pretty amazing stuff there. Well, I'm sure wildlife is on the move tonight with fires going on up into western North Carolina. And, of course, we're still dealing with the fire in northern Pickens County and Table Rock State Park as well. Our weather is going to be changing by getting cooler. We have a cold front that has made its way through the western Carolinas, and there's a bit of a breeze behind it. It's not going to be a windy night, but a breeze every now and then out of the north. And then during the day tomorrow, those winds will blow out of the northeast. And temperatures overall are going to be cool going into tomorrow morning. This is going to be some of the coldest air that we've seen so far this season. And you're really going to notice it tomorrow afternoon and also tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be about 15 degrees cooler for the high than we were today. And today we're in the mid-70s. There's a light freeze that's going to be possible Saturday night. So the upstate is under a freeze watch for tomorrow night. Well, as you would imagine, with the smoke around, the air quality alert continues for western North Carolina. Of course, low visibility in and around those fires and very unhealthy air, among particulates in the air.
Let me answer some of your questions. Sally, he was an only child, is an only child. As far as the tears go, she told me she's been crying for days and she's just basically got dry tears at this point. That was what she told me. But she has, when I met her on Tuesday, she had not been sleeping, eating, just that's her situation. It's obviously a bad situation for her. It's not all in one, but there are two different web stories on WSPA.com where you can see both. One's at the top story and one's just below it on the left, so you'll see it on the website.
That may bring our 7 counties some cloud cover and maybe even a few showers into Greenwood County, Agnew County. No guarantee
Thanks,
it will
Valerie.
be enough rain, but we'll see if we can get at least a little light shower from that system. Looks like the best chance of rain that will stay.
I don't, Christine. I don't know what you're talking about.
In Asheville, across the upstate, we're mainly looking at mid to upper 50s. It's still 60 degrees in Anderson and 58 in Greenwood.
Thanks, Kay.
For Spartanburg, our overnight low, not too bad, 45.
Yeah, no, she told me she put him in a bunch of different programs, and even the experts were kind of stumped. Like, he's kind of unfixable. The studies that were done on him that are available in the courts during the 14-year-old rape way back when, in 1987, showed that he was prone or likely to reoffend again. That they felt like he would do something again. He would deteriorate emotionally and offend again. Not necessarily rape, but just do something. I don't know, Elizabeth. I'm not sure about that. All right, Christy, thank you. Well, all day today, the upstate and the country honored veterans. Tonight in Greenville, thousands of vets and their families attended the first ever Upstate Veterans Salute. This is at Floor Field. This free concert with Tyler Stevens and Tracy Lawrence was put on by the newly created Upstate Veterans Alliance. Their focus is on growing and serving the needs of our upstate men and women who've served the country. In Spartanburg, crowds gathered today celebrating the annual Veterans Day Parade. It's always an awesome parade. People were lining the streets from Mount Moriah Baptist Church on South Church Street all the way up to the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. This yearly event is just one of the ways the city shows support for those who put their lives on the line for our freedom. And coming next at 10, how soon is too soon for Christmas music, folks? And the decorations? Well, it seems to be an annual debate. We're going to take a look and dive right in next. Diving in. We're diving in. Okay, anybody want to come on and talk about that interview with the mom? Nancy, you could come on. I can see who else. Phil, you could come on. Christy, Napoli, you could come on. So I'm going to invite someone who Jessica. I'll invite Jessica. Jessica, let's hear what you have to say about our interview with the mom or anything else, the wildfires. Hey, did you get to see the interviews?
Some. I got to see some of the interviews. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Now I can. It's like breaking up a little bit. It's probably my phone dying. What were your thoughts?
It was very sad for the woman and the son to go through all of that. Really sad.
And it's even sadder for the victims' families, right? I mean, and that's the perspective I think we need to put this in. Obviously, the deepest suffering and pain is with the people who've lost loved ones and who've been traumatized by this. But there is always that other side of the story. It's always interesting to hear how it is impacting somebody on the other side. There are always a lot of people who forget about the relatives of someone who's done something horrible and how it impacts them. So,
I just don't know how he kept all of that in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's fascinating. I don't get it either.
Yeah, you know about the wildfire situation.
Yes. Are you close to any of the wildfires?
I was in that.
Oh, yeah, so you were the one who was in it. All right, so tell me, so you were supposed to be in part of a bridal party?
I was actually supposed to be in the wedding as a bridesmaid, and I never got into the resort at all. Once we got there, they came running in and said, "You need to turn around and leave."
Wow. But did they have the wedding?
They had the wedding, and they left.
Wow.
And I
so they just like, oh, man.
I completely
so you were kind of trapped. You were trapped outside, and they were all inside getting married?
Yep.
Oh, that's awful. Oh, man. Well, how many people in the bridal party couldn't make it? Were you the only one, or were there a bunch?
But me.
Everybody but me. Oh, that's terrible. Well, I hope they took good pictures for you, right?
They did, but on the way up, the smoke was so bad. I was coughing, hacking. I have asthma real bad, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to stand it.
Careful. All right, now let's get to the Christmas music thing. What do you think? Is it too soon to play Christmas music, or are you already playing it?
I think it's a little too soon.
We have 45 seconds till we come back. So listen to me, young lady, Jessica. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, and stay safe. Everybody keep an eye on those wildfires this weekend, and don't burn anything, people. No
Check
burning.
check on your message because I sent you a 34-second video.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you. I will check. Thanks, Jessica. Bye, honey. All right, so that's Jessica. She joined us live on Facebook, and we appreciate that. And you guys can join me, too, if you have an iPhone and an up-to-date app. My live stream may die because my phone's about dead. So if it dies, that's what's happened. I'll bring you on in the next segment. Stand by. Here we go. Oops. Welcome back. We still have more than a month until Christmas, but we haven't even hit Thanksgiving, and you are still able to hear Christmas music on the radio, and there's plenty of holiday decorations in the stores. This leads us to the yearly Christmas debate. How early is too early? 7 News reporter Laura Thomas explains. I don't think it's ever too early, too. Is it ever too early? Christy, ever too early for Christmas music?
I thought so, but then when I was surfing stations, a good Christmas song came on. I listened to it.
She thought.
To search it out this time of
See,
year.
it's addictive.
Yeah.
It's like you don't tune it in, but if you.
The weather will affect that too. I bet you when it gets colder, people start. That's going to be refreshing.
Yeah, like if it's 80 degrees out, you don't feel like listening to Christmas music. Christy says the weather plays a role. But if it's starting to get chilly and you want to have a fire, except we can't have fires right now, but if you wanted to have a fire, no fires though, yeah, it brings it on. Brings on the mood. I'm ready to celebrate Christmas. I think I'm going to take some decorations out this weekend. I'm not kidding. This story is making me want to do it. Jan. Oh my God, Jan. Oh, I see the Christmas trees. Hey guys. I know, I'm so glad too. I'm worried it will soon. Oh. I'll be tuning in. And Black Friday is only 2 weeks away. As it approaches, retail giants like Walmart and Target and Best Buy are already rolling out their plans. Walmart and Target will be opening up at 6 on Thanksgiving night. Best Buy stores will open an hour earlier at 5. Best Buy also will close at 1 a.m. Friday morning before they then reopen again at 8 a.m. All 3 major retailers are also announcing expanded plans for digital and in-store deals. Coming next, sports is on the way. Area college basketball teams tip off the season. We're going to show you how it turns out for them just ahead. Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's basketball season. Woohoo! Who likes basketball? Tired after a few weeks, so I wait until Thanksgiving. Hey, guys. All right, who said they wanted to come on? Who was that? That was, hold on, I'm going back through. Oh, my gosh. Who said they were going to come on? Okay, let me go over here and see who can come on. Already had Jessica on, Philip. Angel! Come on, Angel. I'm inviting Angel. And Jennifer Kennedy, I could invite you on, too. You have a green light. You guys can't see this, but I have a little green light that shows me who's available to go be invited. Who's available? Hi, guys. Hey, Jenny. Okay, so you have to remember it's not our birthday. Wait, what? Invite you. Okay, Jordan, come on in. Okay, Jordan. Jordan's always willing to jump on. Hey, Jordan. Hey.
Hi, Amy.
You singing Christmas songs yet?
Yeah, I've been singing Christmas songs ever since the day after Halloween.
Wow. You are dedicated.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, this is my brother.
Hi. Hello, brother. What's your name?
Hi.
His name is Ethan.
Hey, Ethan. How are you doing?
Hi.
All right, so did you watch any of the interviews that I did?
Yeah, you did a great job with such a terrible story. I saw some of the interviews on WSPA.com.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you watching. I just felt like it was pretty interesting to hear from her. And I feel for her. I feel for the victims' families. I mean, there's a lot of people that are suffering in this situation, and
Yeah.
it's pretty fascinating to hear from the family of this guy.
Yeah, and I feel bad for all the people dealing with all the wildfires down
no
there,
kidding.
like Jessica, who you had on earlier. She was supposed to be
in a
at
wedding,
a bridesmaid in a wedding, and she couldn't make it down there
one
because
of our viewers.
of the fire.
I'm catching Pete up on the story. One of our viewers was supposed to be a bridesmaid at a wedding at Lake Lure, and she got trapped outside of it. So they got the wedding done and kicked everybody out, but she was kicked out before she could even get in.
The fire?
Yeah, because of the fires. So yeah. So this is Jordan. Jordan, what's your favorite team? Tell Pete.
For college or professional?
Do what?
For college or professional?
College.
UConn.
UConn.
I live in Connecticut.
UConn lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seahawks
oh no.
Yeah, we have like drought here in Connecticut, but not as bad as you guys have it.
Got it. He's in Connecticut. He's from Ridgefield, Connecticut. You know that, right?
We're in Connecticut,
from
Ridgefield.
Yep.
Tell him I grew up a Fairfield University Stags fan.
Fairfield University Stags, baby. Any thoughts?
Where does he live in Connecticut?
Where do you live in Connecticut?
I live in Bristol, which is southwest of Hartford.
Yeah. Yeah, ESPN people are there, right? ESPN.
Yeah.
We've been there.
That's like our biggest taxpayer.
That's right. All right, stand by. I got to kick you out.
All right, bye, Amy.
Bye. Have a good weekend. Bye, Ethan. All right, here we go. Got to turn this down. Oh, I got to run the teleprompter for him, too. I'm sorry.
The Braves add age and size to their staff as they reportedly are going to sign 43-year-old Bartolo Colon to a one-year deal this coming Monday after they added the 42-year-old R.A. Dickey to their staff. Good evening, everybody. College basketball begins around the area tonight, including Clemson playing its first official game in the new Little John Coliseum, and a mighty opponent, a Georgia team that is eyeing the NCAA tourney. Jerome Blossom gained 13 points, scored early on. Marquise Reed, the transfer from Bob Morris, knocks down 3 of his game-high 19 points. And later in the opening half, Gabe DeVoe at 15. Tigers up by 10 at the break. Early second half, Blossom game. Tigers lead by 13, but Georgia gets back into it mid-second half, closing within 3. William Jackson with the tray, but Reed going on a personal 7-0 run, and the Dogs never get any closer than 8 the rest of the way as Clemson knocks down Georgia 74-64. In Columbia, Gamecocks opening up. After a 25-win season, they take on Louisiana Tech. Big night for Sindarius Thornwell, 18 points, 9 into the first half. Bam, he knocks down the 3. Gamecocks led by 11 at the half. La Tech got within 4 in the second half, but Dwayne Notice and Thornwell on their way to the victory, 85-76. Furman and PC tonight in the backyard battle. Yet another season begins at the helm for Greg Nybert, who's coming up on 30 years there. He's got a good score inside of Javante Miller, who had 17, including that tray. They went back and forth in the opening half. Here's Devin Sibley for the Paladins, 26 points. Furman by 1 at the break. Late game, under 10 seconds to go, tied at 71. Reggie Dillard with the bucket, and that's the winner. And PC gets a 73-71 triumph. Of course, if it wasn't apparent already that Clemson was going to be the ACC champ, they can officially clinch it tomorrow if they can knock off Pitt in a ball game that'll be played, of course, in Death Valley at 3:30. Gamecocks, meanwhile, will be seen over on Channel 7 at noon. South Carolina trying for a 4th straight win, playing at Florida, closing out the SEC. And with a victory, they can go to 4-4 and stay in the hunt, potentially, for the SEC East Division crown. Of course, no high school red zone tonight because there's no football being played. And qualifying go into the young fella Alex Bowman in place of Dale Earnhardt Jr. out at Phoenix this afternoon.
All right. How about the morning?
Well, the morning is going to be chilly, but not terribly cold. We're going to start out in the mid-40s there in Spartanburg. I think overall we'll see a lot of sunshine. Maybe a little smoke, but I think the more concentrated areas of smoke may favor the western upstate. So we'll keep an eye on the Clemson game because some smoke could be involved there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and it looks like chillier weather for tomorrow afternoon.
And then the wind's calming down, hopefully, for those poor firefighters.
Right.
All right, thanks. Thanks for watching tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you at 11 over on Channel 7. Good night. Okay, we're done. Now I can talk to you guys. Anybody want to go on camera? I can't believe this lasted the whole show. Philip, Amy, Jessica,
Why are you surprised?
Angel, Becky, Anybody
She's
want to come on?
surprised it lasted the whole show.
Because my battery was like on 20%, so I thought I needed at least 50% to last the show.
iPhone 15 you got
Hey
in your hands
guys.
there. What do you got in your hands there, huh?
Not
got
as
the
bad as
iPhone
it was for
15?
Todd's mother.
Who else is looking in?
Pete
Who's
has
looking
opened
in on
up
us?
so much.
Pete,
You've opened up so
I
much.
have.
You're coming
I
along,
was,
baby.
I was in a terrible, awful shell. I used to sit over in the corner and make noises during most of the day. It was very, very troubling.
But now he's opened up.
Suddenly,
He's a fun guy.
I've decided that perhaps maybe I could talk to the nice people there in the social media realm as opposed to hiding over here
in the corner.
Yeah, which I become very self-confident sometimes. Swat myself. I see there are flies all over the studio. They're everywhere. It's really
there's stink bugs.
Well, those
we do
two.
have stink bugs. You guys have stink bugs at your house?
In fact, we've named all of them. That's how well we've gotten to know them. Yes. Well, I'm just going to roam back into my shell over here now. We'll see you nice people later.
All right, Pete, whistle. They want you to whistle.
There's no whistling.
No whistling tonight.
I may have opened up okay, but again, I'm not some cheap sideshow.
He's not a cheap sideshow is what he always tells us. Okay. Bye, Pete. All right, with a great job. Oh, thank you. And I'm not fishing for compliments or anything. It was a tough thing to do. It's a tough balance to strike when you're interviewing someone like that because obviously they're hurting too, but you want to be respectful of the victims' families and their more significant loss, right? Because they're the ultimate sufferers in all this. Okay, well, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all at 11 on Channel 7. We have, I think, the same piece is airing at 11. The other piece that I did, which was interesting, that did not air tonight, is the one I did at 5, which focused more on the younger years and the struggles. Like this mom told me she locked herself in her bedroom and locked him in his because he was so unruly as a teenager. He was threatening to kill her if he didn't get his way to do things he wanted to do, which ultimately led to him going to live with his dad for a while and then led up to the rape situation. So he was kind of, apparently, according to her story, spiraling out of control. I mean, you know, when you're having to lock your door to keep your teenage son from hurting you, that's kind of scary stuff. So, and he was going through counseling, and she had him in programs, et cetera, et cetera. And she said that just nothing seemed to click. Nothing seemed to make a lasting difference. So anyway, that story's on. If you go to the page on WSPA.com, you'll see the top story that we just aired now is the top story, what he thought about Superbike in 2003, et cetera. The other story is right below it on the left-hand side, and it's about childhood, rape, kidnapping, blah, blah, blah. And that's the story you want to take a look at. But that's a pretty powerful. Both of them were powerful, but that one I was really more wrapped up in being a mom. It's like, as a mom, you watch that and you go, oh my gosh, you know? Anyway, it at least gives you some perspective. Angel sing, yeah. Okay, bye y'all. See you later.